Welcome to Country Musics. Consider this. Practically everyone alive today has grown up in a world where Willie Nelson isn't just a singer, but a big deal, woven into our culture like a favorite old blanket. But let's hit the brakes for a second and really think about that. Picture this. In every corner of the globe, in every walk of life, there's hardly a person who hasn't been around during Willie Nelson's reign as a music icon. Now that's something extraordinary. Imagine being born into a world where Willie wasn't just a name, but a symbol of something bigger, something cherished. It's easy to breeze past it, but let's pause and truly appreciate the magic of Willie's journey. Let's take a moment to soak this in. Willie Nelson, at the ripe age of 90, isn't just sitting back and reminiscing about the good old days. Nope. He's out there hitting the stage like a champ, playing gig after gig, year after year. And get this, he's still dropping albums like it's nobody's business, not just one or two, but a solid 2 every year. And hold on to your hats, folks, because these albums aren't just filler. Nope, Willie's still penning his own tunes, pouring his heart into every word. In fact, his album, A Beautiful Time, snagged that coveted Grammy for Best Country Album in 2022. And let's be real, it was well-deserved. So here's to Willie Nelson, proving that age ain't nothing but a number, and that the music never stops as long as there's passion in your soul. Willie Nelson's latest album, Bluegrass, was up for a Grammy Award for Best Bluegrass Album in 2024. And let me tell you, he wasn't just there for show. He was considered a top contender for that prestigious award. It's like witnessing a living legend continue to make history right before our eyes. Listen up, folks. If you're heading out to catch Willie Nelson live in concert, there are a few things you should know. First off, he's probably going to be chilling in a chair on stage, and yeah, he might take a little longer to hit those high notes or catch his breath between phrases. But here's the kicker. He's a whopping 90 years old. Let that sink in for a moment. Despite his age, Willie isn't just doing amazing things. He's doing stuff that's never been done before in the music world. So next time you catch him live, give the man a round of applause for showing us all that age is just a number and passion knows no bounds. Check this out, folks. According to a recent report by Codiga Liber, they've crowned Willie Nelson as the reigning king of music longevity. Yep, you heard that right. Out of all the musicians out there, Willie takes the crown for being the oldest to still hit the road, lay down tracks in the studio, and just overall keep kicking it. Now that's something to write home about, and to top it off, they've even given us a peek at their top 10 list, with Willie proudly sitting right at the top. It's like watching a country legend defy time itself and show us all how it's done. So let's raise a glass to Willie Nelson, the unstoppable force of music. Let's take a stroll down country music lane, shall we? While Willie Nelson might be a force to be reckoned with, there are a couple of seasoned pros who give him a run for his money in the age department. Leroy Van Dyke takes the cake at a whopping 94 years old, but he's taking it easy these days, not out there touring or recording. Now, if we're talking about living legends who are still hitting the road, then Buck White of the Whites steals the show at 93 years young. Yep, you heard that right. Buck's still making appearances with the singing trio on the Grand Ole Opry, and you might catch him lending his talents to Ricky Skaggs' Kentucky Thunder shows, too. But here's the kicker. The last time the Whites dropped new music was way back in 2005 with Give a Little Back. Even so, they're still keeping that country spirit alive and kicking on stage. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we've got another country music gem that's been flying under the radar. Meet Ramblin' Jack Elliott, a true legend in his own right. At the impressive age of 92, he's got Willie Nelson beat by a whisker. And get this, Ramblin' Jack isn't just sitting around twiddling his thumbs. Nope, he's out there hitting the road with 4 tour dates already lined up for 2024. But wait, there's more. In 2023, he even dropped an album featuring the timeless songs of Woody Guthrie. Sure, he might not have the same level of fame as Willie, but Ramblin' Jack sure knows how to keep the music alive and kicking. Let's not forget the unsung heroes of the music world, those local legends and obscure artists who are still out there strumming their guitars and belting out tunes. Hats off to them for keeping the music alive in their own corners of the world. But when it comes to the big stage, the spotlight shines brightest on none other than Willie Nelson. Universally recognized and loved, Willie stands tall as the king of country music. So here's to Willie, the legend who continues to inspire us all with his timeless tunes and unbeatable spirit. Get ready for a trip down memory lane, folks, because Willie Nelson's journey to music stardom is nothing short of legendary. Picture this. As a young'un, Willie was already strumming his guitar alongside the iconic Bob Wills' Texas Playboys, and by the tender age of 13, he was crooning away in bars and honky-tonks. But hold on to your hats, because Willie wasn't just any old musician. He was the mastermind behind hits like Crazy for Patsy Cline and Hello Walls for Farron Young back in the 60s. And here's the kicker. Even though music was in his blood from the get-go, Willie didn't hit the big time until he was well into his 40s. Yep, you heard that right. But fast forward 50 years, and guess what? He's still kicking it, still strumming that guitar like it's nobody's business. Let's hit the pause button for a moment, folks, and give credit where credit is due. We're talking about none other than the one and only Willie Nelson, a living legend in every sense of the word. Take a minute to soak it all in and be grateful that we've had the privilege of sharing our lives with this extraordinary man. Let's count our blessings and hope that we've got many more years ahead to enjoy Willie's music and his presence on this earth. Here's to knocking on wood and cherishing every moment with the one and only Willie Nelson.